My child, your soulmate broke down in tears last night. God opened their eyes before it was too late. This will shock you. Last night changed everything for your soulmate. They tried to hide their emotions for so long. They pretended they were fine without you. They kept running from the truth inside their heart. But God would not allow the silence to continue anymore. Something powerful happened while the world was sleeping. Your soulmate suddenly felt your absence deeply. They felt the pain they caused you. They felt the fear of losing you forever. And for the first time, their heart completely broke down before God, because heaven finally opened their eyes before it became too late. My child, stop right now, do not scroll. This moment has reached you for a reason, and what you feel right now is not random, it is a calling. If your heart truly trusts me, then you will not ignore this moment, because faith is not just words, it is action, and when you take a step in faith, you place your life under my protection, your soulmate under my protection, and your entire family under my divine covering. Listen carefully. What you release today in faith does not leave your life empty. It returns as safety, peace, and protection over everything connected to you. Do not delay this moment, do not overthink, because those who trust act without hesitation. So your $20 seed now. The QR code is on your screen and the link is in the description and first pinned comment. Take your step in faith and allow my protection to cover your life. My beloved soul, God brought you here because your season is changing now. Your soulmate can no longer ignore what heaven revealed to them. Last night their emotions became uncontrollable. They thought they buried their feelings forever. They thought distance would erase your connection. But your name kept echoing inside their spirit. Over and over again. They could not escape it. God kept showing them memories of you. Small moments returned suddenly. Your voice returned suddenly. Your energy surrounded them deeply. Even while they tried to sleep. They felt convicted. They felt broken. They finally understood your value. This realization hit their soul hard. Much harder than expected. And now they are afraid. Very afraid. Because they know they almost lost someone heaven sent for them. Comment 111 if you believe God is restoring your connection today. Do not ignore this sign. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your soulmate cried silently last night. Nobody around them understands what happened. They are hiding their emotions carefully. But inside, their heart is collapsing. God removed the distractions around them. The noise became quiet. The fake connection around them started fading away. Suddenly they could see clearly. They saw who truly loved them. They saw who stayed genuine. They saw your loyalty. Your patience. Your pure heart. And now regret is consuming them deeply. They remember every moment they ignored you. Every cold response. Every time they chose pride over love. It hurts them now. More than words can explain. Because heaven forced them to feel what they made you feel before. My child, this connection was never ordinary. The enemy tried to destroy it repeatedly. Delays happened for a reason. Separation happened for a reason. Spiritual attacks surrounded this bond quietly. But I never left your side. I watched your tears carefully. I heard your prayers at night. I saw your heart break completely. And now I am moving powerfully behind the scenes. Your soulmate's heart is awakening rapidly. They are beginning to understand your importance spiritually. This is not coincidence. This is divine timing. The walls around them are breaking now. slowly but surely. If you feel this message deeply inside your spirit, sow your $20 faith seed today. The QR code is on your screen right now. The link is waiting in the description and first pinned comment. When you move in faith, heaven moves for you. My beloved soul, your soulmate recently felt something unusual. They suddenly became emotional without explanation. Even normal conversations felt empty to them. Their spirit kept searching for peace. But peace would not come. Because God kept directing their thoughts back toward you. Back toward your energy. Back toward your connection. They started comparing everyone to you. Nobody matched your heart. Nobody matched your loyalty. Nobody matched your presence. And this realization shook them deeply. They know they made mistakes. They know they hurt someone rare. Someone heaven personally prepared for them. Now guilt surrounds their thoughts constantly. Even late at night. Especially late at night. Listen carefully. Someone around your soulmate also noticed this sudden change. The third person became nervous recently. They can feel your soulmate pulling away emotionally. They notice the distance growing quickly. They notice the confusion growing quickly. Because God is exposing false connections now. Hidden masks are falling apart. Manipulation is losing power. Your soulmate is finally seeing truth clearly. This spiritual awakening cannot be stopped anymore. Heaven already decided the outcome. And nobody can block what God has chosen for you. Type "God is working" in the comments if you believe restoration is near. My child, you must stay spiritually strong during this season. Do not chase desperately. Do not beg emotionally. Remain calm. Remain faithful. Your silence is speaking loudly already. Your energy is reaching them already. Even when you say nothing. God is touching their heart daily. Little by little. Piece by piece. They are becoming softer emotionally. More vulnerable emotionally. More honest spiritually. Last night was only the beginning. Their tears opened a door spiritually. A major door. And now heaven is moving faster than before. Your soulmate recently tried distracting themselves again. But nothing worked anymore. Music reminded them of you suddenly. Random places reminded them of you suddenly. Certain words triggered emotional memories deeply. They felt your absence strongly. Almost painfully. This connection follows them everywhere now. Because divine love cannot be erased artificially. God keeps bringing your energy back into their spirit repeatedly. They are overwhelmed emotionally. Completely overwhelmed. They never expected to miss you this much. Yet now they cannot stop thinking about you. Day and night. Morning and evening. Even during busy moments. My beloved soul, your tears were never wasted. Heaven counted every painful night carefully. Heaven watched every silent breakdown carefully. You stayed loving despite the pain. You stayed loyal despite confusion. And God is honoring your heart now. Your soulmate is beginning to recognize the love they almost destroyed. They are beginning to realize your absence changed everything inside them. Their pride is weakening quickly. Their ego is collapsing quickly. And soon communication will shift unexpectedly. Faster than anticipated. Keep your faith strong right now. Especially now. If this message confirms what your spirit already feels, do not scroll away carelessly. Sow your $20 faith seed today as an act of obedience. The QR code remains on your screen. The link is also in the description and first pinned comment. What you release in faith returns multiplied through divine favor and protection. God is covering your relationship right now. My child, your soulmate asked God for a sign recently. They may not admit this publicly, but secretly they cried out spiritually. They asked for clarity. They asked for peace. They asked for direction. And God answered them immediately through memories of you, through dreams of you, through emotional conviction they could not escape. This shook them deeply, because suddenly they realized your connection was never random. It was written spiritually long ago, before both of you even understood it fully. Now your soulmate fears losing you permanently. That fear became real last night. Very real. They realized another chance is not guaranteed forever. They realized your heart deserves honesty now. They realized they cannot continue running emotionally. This awakening is transforming them slowly. And soon you will notice the difference yourself. Their energy will shift. Their communication will shift. Their actions will shift. Because true realization changes people completely. My beloved soul, prepare yourself emotionally for what comes next. God is aligning events carefully. Conversations will happen unexpectedly. Truths will surface unexpectedly. Emotional walls will collapse unexpectedly. What felt impossible before is becoming possible now. Heaven already moved the first piece spiritually. And your soulmate's tears last night were proof of that powerful shift. Nothing remains hidden forever. Not anymore, because God opened their eyes before it became too late. My beloved soul, your soulmate woke up this morning feeling emotionally different. Something inside them shifted permanently last night. They tried distracting themselves again. But your energy kept surrounding their spirit strongly. Even simple moments became emotional suddenly. They looked calm outside. But inside, their heart felt heavy. Very heavy. Because God forced them to confront feelings they buried deeply for so long. They can no longer pretend this connection means nothing. They can no longer run from what heaven revealed clearly. Your absence has become louder than anyone else's presence around them. And that realization is changing everything rapidly. Your soulmate recently started replaying old conversations inside their mind repeatedly. Certain words suddenly hit differently now. They finally understand your pain deeply. They finally understand why your heart became distant sometimes. Back then they ignored your emotions carelessly. Back then they assumed you would always stay available. But now fear has entered their spirit strongly. They fear your silence. They fear losing access to your energy forever. They fear another person loving you correctly someday. This thought alone is breaking them emotionally. Because deep inside, they know your soul was rare. Extremely rare. My child, I know you became tired emotionally. I know waiting tested your spirit repeatedly. Some nights you questioned everything silently. Some nights you cried without answers. But heaven never abandoned this connection. Delays were preparing both hearts spiritually. Especially your soulmate's heart. Because before reunion happens, transformation must happen first. Your soulmate could not return unchanged. They could not come back carrying the same pride. The same selfishness. The same emotional immaturity. So God allowed separation to teach them spiritually. And now those lessons are finally entering their heart deeply. Listen carefully. Your soulmate recently saw something unexpected. It reminded them of you instantly. Maybe a song. Maybe a memory. Maybe even your name somewhere randomly. But the moment hit their soul hard. Suddenly emotions flooded their spirit completely. They felt regret immediately. They felt longing immediately. And they realized they still love you deeply, much deeper than they admitted before. This truth scared them. Because now they understand their feelings never disappeared. They only hid them temporarily. If this message touches your spirit deeply today, sow your $20 faith seed without hesitation. The QR code is on your screen right now. The link is waiting in the description and first pinned comment. Every step of faith releases spiritual movement over your connection. God sees your obedience clearly. Do not delay what heaven is asking from you today. My beloved soul, there is also someone secretly watching your soulmate carefully now. They sense emotional distance growing rapidly. They notice your soulmate becoming quieter recently. Less excited. Less emotionally connected. Because your soulmate's heart is drifting away spiritually. God is removing false emotional attachments completely. The third person cannot compete with divine love. They cannot replace a heaven-ordained connection. And deep inside, your soulmate knows this truth already. That is why confusion surrounds them heavily right now. Their spirit feels divided emotionally. One side fights pride. The other side longs for you desperately. Last night your soulmate almost reached out emotionally. They thought about sending a message suddenly. They thought about breaking the silence completely. But fear stopped them temporarily. Fear of rejection. Fear of your response. Fear that maybe you already moved on emotionally. This fear is becoming stronger daily. Because God is showing them your value clearly now. They understand your absence differently now. They understand your worth differently now. And the more heaven opens their eyes, the more emotional they become internally. My child, do not underestimate what God is doing behind closed doors. Spiritual restoration often begins invisibly. Before actions change physically, hearts change spiritually first. Your soulmate spirit is already shifting powerfully. Even if nobody else sees it yet. They are becoming softer emotionally every single day. More reflective. More honest. More vulnerable. The old version of them is slowly breaking apart. And this process feels uncomfortable for them. But necessary. Completely necessary. Recently your soulmate felt lonely unexpectedly. Even while surrounded by people. Because physical company cannot replace spiritual connection. They laughed externally. But internally they felt empty. Your energy was missing. Your presence was missing. And suddenly they understood why nobody else satisfies their heart completely. Nobody else carries the peace your soul carries naturally. This realization became painful emotionally. Because now they recognize what they almost destroyed carelessly before. My beloved soul, heaven is also protecting you during this process. Not everyone deserves direct access to your heart anymore. God is teaching you discernment spiritually. Teaching you patience spiritually. Teaching you self-worth spiritually. Because when reunion finally happens, you must return stronger emotionally. Wiser emotionally. More spiritually aligned. You are not the same person anymore either. Your pain changed you deeply. But your growth also prepared you beautifully for what comes next. Comment 222 right now if you believe divine restoration is already unfolding secretly. Your agreement with heaven matters spiritually. Never underestimate the power of faithful obedience during difficult seasons. Your soulmate recently started noticing signs connected to you repeatedly. Angel numbers appeared unexpectedly. Your birthday appeared unexpectedly. Even your favorite things appeared unexpectedly. These moments were not random coincidences. God is using small signs to awaken their spirit continuously. Every reminder pulls them closer emotionally. Every reminder weakens their resistance emotionally. And slowly, their heart is surrendering to truth completely. My child, someone close to your soulmate also noticed their emotional instability recently. They noticed sadness behind their smile. They noticed distraction during conversations. Because your soulmate carries emotional weight silently now. Heavy emotional weight. They think about what could have been differently. They think about moments they should have valued more carefully. And guilt keeps growing stronger inside them. Especially during quiet moments alone. If your spirit feels confirmation right now, do not ignore this divine moment. Sow your $20 faith seed today as a sign of trust and obedience. The QR code is still on your screen. The link remains in the description and first pinned comment. God honors those who move in faith without fear. Your blessing is already being prepared spiritually. My beloved soul, there are nights when your soulmate secretly checks your energy from afar. They wonder how you truly feel now. They wonder if you still think about them. They wonder if your heart still carries love secretly. But pride keeps them silent temporarily. Still, silence cannot last forever. Not when emotions become this intense spiritually. Eventually truth must surface openly. Eventually hearts must speak honestly. And that moment is approaching faster than expected. Your soulmate also feels spiritually convicted now. Convicted about past mistakes. Convicted about emotional immaturity. Convicted about the pain they caused your heart unintentionally. This conviction is part of their transformation process. God is humbling them emotionally. Softening them emotionally. Preparing them emotionally for deeper love. Real love. Honest love. Mature love. The kind of love your soul deserved from the beginning. Listen carefully, because this part is important. Your soulmate recently dreamed about you unexpectedly. The dream felt extremely real emotionally. Your presence felt comforting. Familiar. Safe. When they woke up, emotions hit them instantly. They could not stop thinking about you afterward. The dream stayed inside their spirit all day long. And now they secretly wonder if God is trying to tell them something important. Deep inside, they already know the answer. My child, your breakthrough is much closer now than before. Spiritual chains are breaking quietly. Emotional walls are collapsing quietly. Delays are ending quietly. Heaven is rearranging situations carefully in your favor. Continue protecting your peace. Continue trusting divine timing. Continue believing even during silence. Because what God started spiritually cannot be stopped by fear, distance, or outside interference anymore. Your soulmate feels your absence strongest during nighttime hours. That is when emotions become impossible to escape. Late at night memories return heavily. Regret returns heavily. Longing returns heavily. They think about your voice. Your energy. your kindness. And tears quietly fill their eyes again. Because now they understand your love was genuine from the beginning. Genuine love is rare. And losing it creates deep spiritual pain. My beloved soul, do not be surprised if communication suddenly changes soon. Do not be surprised if your soulmate begins acting differently soon. Their heart is already changing internally. Actions always follow internal transformation eventually. God is aligning everything carefully step by step. Even now. Even while you wait silently. Even while you question silently. Heaven is still moving powerfully behind the scenes. My beloved soul, your soulmate is entering the most emotional phase of this journey now. The walls they built for years are finally cracking apart. Slowly but deeply. They cannot hide from their feelings anymore. Every distraction is failing now. Every escape route feels empty now. Because God keeps bringing your connection back before their eyes repeatedly. Your soulmate feels spiritually pulled toward you stronger each day. Even when they try resisting emotionally. Even when pride tells them to stay silent. Their heart keeps moving back toward you naturally. This is not ordinary attraction. This is divine alignment happening quietly behind closed doors. Recently your soulmate heard something that reminded them of your energy instantly. The moment felt small externally. But internally it shook their spirit deeply. Suddenly they became emotional again. Your memories flooded their mind rapidly. Your smile returned inside their thoughts rapidly. And they realized something painful emotionally. Nobody else ever made them feel understood the way you did. Nobody else ever carried the peace your soul carried naturally. This truth became impossible for them to ignore anymore. My child, your prayers were heard long ago. Even when heaven felt silent. Even when answers seemed delayed. God was still working invisibly. Your soulmate needed spiritual awakening first. They needed emotional maturity first. And now transformation is happening rapidly inside them. Their heart is softening daily. Their fear is growing daily. Their longing is growing daily. Because God finally opened their eyes completely before losing you forever became permanent. If this message confirms what your spirit already feels, sow your $20 faith seed today with confidence. The QR code is on your screen right now. The link is also waiting in the description and first pinned comment. Every act of faith releases divine movement over your soulmate connection. Trust what heaven is doing behind the scenes. My beloved soul, there were moments recently when your soulmate almost broke down publicly. They felt overwhelmed emotionally without warning. Small things started triggering deep emotions suddenly. A certain place. A certain song. A certain memory connected to you. They tried hiding these emotions carefully. But internally they were struggling deeply. Because now they understand your absence created a void nobody else could fill. Not temporarily. Not permanently. Your energy left a mark on their spirit forever. Someone around your soulmate also senses this emotional shift now. They notice your soulmate becoming distant emotionally. Quieter emotionally. More thoughtful emotionally. Because your soulmate's heart is no longer fully invested elsewhere. Spiritually they are being redirected back toward you. And this redirection cannot be stopped anymore. Heaven already made the decision spiritually. The process is unfolding now step by step. My child, do not lose faith during the final stages of this process. The enemy always creates confusion before breakthrough moments. But God is stronger than every delay. Stronger than every obstacle. Stronger than every fear surrounding this connection. Your soulmate is already feeling convicted deeply. They know they cannot continue pretending forever. Eventually truth will speak louder than pride. Eventually love will overpower fear. Your soulmate recently imagined what life would feel like without you permanently. That thought terrified them emotionally. Completely terrified them. Because suddenly they realized your connection was never replaceable. They thought time would erase their feelings. But time only made their feelings stronger. Deeper. More painful. More undeniable. And now they secretly fear another chance may disappear forever if they wait too long. Comment 777 if you believe God is restoring what was meant for you spiritually. Your faith matters during this season more than you realize. My beloved soul, heaven is also protecting your heart carefully right now. God does not want you returning to unhealthy cycles anymore. This reunion must happen differently now. With honesty. With emotional maturity. With spiritual growth. Your soulmate is learning these lessons painfully but powerfully. Every tear they cried recently carried spiritual meaning. Every emotional breakdown carried spiritual purpose. God is preparing them to value your heart correctly this time. If your spirit feels moved right now, do not scroll away carelessly. Sow your $20 faith seed today as an act of obedience and trust. The QR code remains on your screen. The link stays in the description and first pinned comment. What you release in faith returns multiplied through divine favor and protection over your connection. My child, your soulmate is closer to communication than you think. They replay conversations inside their mind constantly now. They imagine what they would say to you. They imagine hearing your voice again. And although fear still exists, love is becoming stronger than fear slowly. Stronger every single day. Heaven is guiding their heart toward honesty now. Toward vulnerability now. Toward the truth they can no longer deny internally. Very soon, unexpected shifts will begin happening around this connection. Silence will break. Distance will shrink. Emotional confusion will clear. Because God already touched your soulmate's heart deeply last night. Their tears were real. Their awakening was real. And their realization changed everything permanently. The person who once ignored your value is finally seeing your worth clearly now. That is why their spirit feels restless constantly. God opened their eyes before it became too late. Stay patient a little longer. Stay faithful a little longer. Stay spiritually strong a little longer. Because what heaven is preparing for you will shock everyone who doubted this connection from the beginning. Your testimony is being written right now. Your reunion is getting closer right now. And your soulmate's heart is already moving back toward you with every passing day. Before this message ends, listen carefully, my child. Do not ignore what your spirit feels right now. If this message touched your heart deeply, then take your step in faith today. Sow your $20 faith seed now. The QR code is on your screen and the link is waiting in the description and first pinned comment. Trust God's timing completely. Trust God's process completely. And if you believe your soulmate's breakthrough has already started spiritually, comment Amen below, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this message with someone who needs confirmation today. Your miracle is closer than you think.